What's up, everybody? New year, same sponsors. We're talking about Elite Sports, the only apparel company that's got our merch squaring around. We're talking about ELETE sports.com. They got everything from squaring around. They also sponsor their own athletes. So if you're trying to get some custom merch for your family, you're looking for a good gift, shop EliteSports.com. Use code SQUARE at checkout to get a nice discount. Tell them the Square Boy sent you. What's up, man? Should you stop our collection too if you're trying to get like a squaring around hoodie, jacket, sweater, hat. We got all that. EliteSports.com. Use code SQUARE. Guys, it finally happened. Texas State and home field. Explosions. This has been 3 long years in the making. You know them. You love them. One of the best names in college football and athletic apparel out there. Home field. Use code SQUARE at checkout. Hey, we finally can benefit from this partnership. Make sure to show some love to home field. Tell them the Square Boy sent you. Use code SQUARE at checkout. You get 15% off your first order. And by the way, you get 10% off every other order after that. Use code SQUARE at checkout. Tell them the Square Boy sent you. Peace, love, thank you lots.
Tired of winning the tailgate but losing the games? We can't help that. But we can tell you what the hell is up with each team and what's going on across sunny San Marcos. Texas State fans, get on your feet. You're listening to Squaring Around with Jacob Rodriguez and Andrew Zimmel.
I am so ready to do this, bro. It's not even funny.
Hola, Andrew. ¿Qué pasó con los Bobcats, bro? What the heck is going on with this team?
Brother, let me... God damn it. All right, let me tell you something, Jakey. I've been battling a cold this entire week since we pretty much got off the last episode. So my body has been fighting against me tooth and nail. And the epitome of this whole thing was Saturday. I was on so much Dayquil to like try to just get my body ready to sit in front of a TV and watch football. And I watched the Texas State game. And, you know, I knew coming in it wasn't going to be a good day. Like, I love we just jump right in. I knew it wasn't going to be a good day because ESPN Plus announcers consistently, Brant Freeman, he tried his best not to be a homer. He messed up. He should have leaned all the way in on Texas State because everybody else does. Everybody else is just, hey, I'm covering my team. They played a freaking Cajun halftime report during the halftime. It was just the interview with the coach. What is that? What are we doing? So I knew it wasn't going to be good. We came in 11 and or I should say 0 and 11, 0 and 12 all time against the Raging Cajuns. And I don't know why I thought anything would be different. They came out looking so flat, bro. It was disgusting. It was gross. They fought back in the second half. Fought is the key word. This team, they got to go undefeated to be a bowl eligible team. Jakey, I don't think you got to put your diving shorts on this year, buddy. I don't think anybody's jumping in the river.
No, thank God. We never have jumped in the river, by the way, when the team goes in. Here's my thing. I didn't watch a single down of this game, and I didn't need to. I knew
You're the problem.
I knew we were gonna lose. This team was garbage. Going into this game, I saw us 12 or 0 and 12 in this matchup. I was like, nah, these guys have something to prove. They're playing with edge. Playing at Cajun Field or whatever is always a hostile environment, and we'll get to that very shortly.
Nobody was there. Nobody was there. It's a hostile environment, but there was like 100 people in the stadium.
Yeah, they have this dude that's like a DJ that's like posting clips on Twitter, and you can see there's nobody behind him. It's crazy.
I don't understand.
You had a
It's
good
like,
tweet though that was like, "Oh, LSU was playing. That's why nobody's there."
Yeah. I mean,
True.
like
Nobody cares about this team, and if nobody cares about this team, how are they so better than us? What the heck? We can fill Bobcat Stadium. What's our attendance right now? It's like over 20,000 for whatever reason.
Dude, the frustrating part is it's like nobody's there, and then they're coming online talking about our attendance I know our attendance has been bad. We were 2-10. It shouldn't be good. Like, I don't tell anybody if we're a 2-10 team.
And
Hey,
by the way, those
stop whatever you're
Cajuns that are
doing.
jumping in
Go.
everybody else's DMs, those Cajuns that are jumping in everybody else's DMs, jumping in our DMs and going, "Hey man, it's all good. It's all love, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Really?
It's not yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought,
That's
Buster."
crazy.
I'm about to go Jackie Chan on some of these guys. And then they jumped in and gave me an olive branch. All right, cool. Word. That's why I kept offline last week.
You had to. I don't. Are we even doing Twitter Spaces anymore? That's the
They
Twitter
are.
Spaces.
They did. They logged
Oh,
on last night.
I didn't even see them. That's funny.
Here's something, and I'll tweet about this later. But I think because Kelly tweeted about the curse, right, of that stupid thing that ChatGPT made up that didn't even help us win, where they
What?
floated that ball down the field. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Kelly had tweeted. This is like 3 weeks ago when everything was still like the sun is gravy type beat.
Yeah.
And like there was this guy that like invented this story on ChatGPT about how it's like we've never floated a football down the river or something. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I
Is this a
genuinely have
fever
no
dream that I
idea.
had? No, this is like, hang on.
Maybe I'm just not
I gotta
online
go
as
through
you
my-
are. That's crazy.
No, there's no way. You're terminally online.
And I did not see this at all.
I
I didn't
retweeted
see
this
this
from
story at
Kelly.
all.
So let me see. Hang on. I gotta scroll all the way down. This is like pre-wedding, pre-Jacob
Oh,
Rodriguez
wow.
winning a Heisman, pre-election. This is pre a lot of things. Shout
Yeah.
out Abigail Para. Also, she was like Sunbelt Runner of the Year.
Yeah.
As
Friend of the
seen on
podcast.
what episode? Squaring around. So you know what? If we're gonna talk about curses, another curse is this stupid team never did an interview with us. So they're squaring around cursed. Okay, here it is, right? This is from our dude at the F6. We all say Bobcat's gonna Bobcat, but after 2 decades of watching this team defy logic, I started connecting and maybe inventing a few dots I probably shouldn't have. The curse of the river coach. This was tweeted on October 19th, 2025, the year of our Lord. Thread number 1. Every Texas State fan knows pain, but what if it isn't bad luck, bad coaching, or Sunbelt refs? What if something older is haunting the Bobcats? Something that lives beneath San Marcos itself. Can you tell why I'm in TV? This is pretty good. Number 2. The story starts in 1970, a long time before FBS football. That year, a massive flood tore through San Marcos and flipped the Ocarina Springs Submarine Theater upside down with tourists still inside. Thankfully, no one died, but the river remembered.
What the hell are we doing?
Number 3, the Texas blind salamander lives only in the aquifer feeding the river. It has no eyes, but it feels vibration. It sleeps until disturbed, then reminds everyone who controls San Marcos. Fast forward to 1982, Coach Jim Wacker leads Southwest Texas State to back-to-back national titles. During the celebration, legend says he stood by the river and joked, "If we ever win 3 in a row, I'll let the river carry me off." Months later, he left for TCU. Number 5, no one knows if he really said it. There's no video, no newspaper quote, but every curse starts with a line people swear they heard. Berenstain Bears, Mandela effect, basically what I said earlier to preempt this whole thing. And the next 40 years, the Bobcats drifted, stuck between divisions, conferences, and identities. The years after, a long, strange drought, new coaches, renovated stadium, new division, same results. Some say the Salamander God heard Wacker's promise and decided to collect. Meanwhile, the springs went silent. The mermaids retired. The glass-bottom boats were gone. The pigs stopped swimming. By the 90s, the park shut down completely.
I can confirm the pigs still swim, by the way. There are still pigs in that river.
Yeah. I mean, if you count beavers, I guess, right? Was that AI, by the way, Kelly? Which we know was just a marketing scheme from Pac-12 records. Whatever. I digress. Back to the thread. Along comes 2003. SWT becomes TXST. At the same time, they took over the old Ocarina Springs property to preserve it. We took the land and changed our name, but they forgot the blessing from the water. The next 20 years, no bowls, no identity, no luck, just weird heartbreak, missed field goals, fired coaches, and almost seasons. The Bobcats had taken the rivers home and renamed themselves without permission. The blind salamanders slept waiting. Okay, blah, 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 right? I'm just going to forward through all this because this is a lot of like stuff. And this happened years ago. Yeah, and it's all ChatGPT too. So to break it down, they decided to float a football down the river through Sewell Park when it passes the bridge, pull it out, still wet, carry it to the victory star at JCK and leave it there. And if the curse started in the water, that's where it'll end.
Set
But
that ball on fire.
since
Get that
then,
ball away.
we have been dookie,
Ass.
brother. Terrible.
Dude.
And I realized I read all that thread kind of for like nothing at this point. But I'm going to say the biggest curse here is that no player or coach has been on this show. And we've done it for 3 years. 2 of those years were bowl season years.
Dude, 100%. And like the front, like, or whatever. This team has
Not
like,
subscribing to that.
they've dug their own grave. They're fine. I texted Jacob beforehand because people were on Jacob's ass about being a real journalist, which I didn't understand. Because if we want to get into the WTF of it all,
What the fight,
Jacob was trying to figure out what was going on. I made jokes about it. I said, Kenny, Shaq, they called LAPD. They called Louisiana PD to go try to make a stop. Like, what are you talking about here?
Well,
Dudes
also,
are going in the locker room.
Are we gonna pretend that there have never been criminal charges filed in an event like this before? There have been.
I believe that there have been, but I guess it was not. Police reports were not filed, according to Jacob.
You want to listen to the voicemail from that nice lady from University of Louisiana Police Department?
Sure, she got a good accent.
Hi, this message is for Jacob Rodriguez, Valerie, ULF at PD. Returning the phone call that we had earlier. There is no report. My understanding is that the incident was handled by the coaches, but we don't have anything on it. If you have any other questions, give us a call, 337-482-5007. Thanks.
Such a nice lady. Coaches handle it. Good
The
stuff.
incident was handled by the coaches.
By the coaches.
By the coaches, Jacob.
All right. That's fine. And I believe her. That's whatever. I think Texas.
Here's my GJ Kinne and whatever Louisiana's head coach is named. I forget his name. He's got like a very Louisiana name though. But here's where my 3D chess comes in. Is they were like, we cannot involve police or anything in this because this is going to be the Sun Belt thing anyway. We're going to try to preserve as many players as possible that were involved in this. Ultimately, the biggest 6-7 joke of them all, 6 Bobcats were suspended, 7 Raging Cajuns were suspended.
6-7. 6-7. All right. There you go. It all comes back to the meme.
Now, I didn't know that Kef and Zach had actually made the trip. So when I found that out, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect that they were there actually, because I believe everything that Kef has ever tweeted about this event. We've heard like kind of a lot of things. I guess ultimately nobody really knows exactly what happened. But there was a fight. Who knows who started it? Blah, 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 blah. I guess it was Texas State. Sure. Now a lot of people have been saying, hey, what happens if somebody punches you in the face? You just supposed to let that happen?
I just think it's really hard. You know, you get attacked, and I don't know how you're supposed to respond. I mean, to be honest with you, and those are things. I mean, I don't know what you want. I don't know. Like that's part of like I don't understand how this wasn't cleared up before. I don't understand how this wasn't. Once it broke the first time, I don't understand how we didn't get people off the field. I just don't understand how this happened. And, you know, what you're supposed to do. You know, I mean, if you're walking down the street and someone punches you in the jaw, I would imagine you'd probably want to fight them back. You know, so we're gonna deal with it. And we're gonna do the best we can. We're gonna try to save as many guys as we can, because I think what happened is I don't think we should have to be dealing with it.
We're not talking about a street fight here, sir. We're talking about football. These guys don't get paid to fight. This was a horrible fight. Nobody, I think, at any point was in serious danger. Maybe, I guess, they were swinging like a helmet right at some point. Maybe that was pretty bad. But that's where a lot of the suspensions came in. I'm glad they suspended all those guys on both sides of the ball. You know why? Because you're not supposed to fight in football. That's the big rule, actually.
It's the number one rule, I would say. The number one rule in football is don't take your helmet off and swing at people.
Yeah. Another big rule, unconfirmed also, don't run into the other team's locker room and try to fight everybody again. I don't know if that happened, but GJ Kinne kind of alluded to something like that happening.
Well, you know, as soon as the game ended, we were in the locker room, and then another incident happened, and I think they handled that. So we didn't really get to talk after the game as a team. just because that got interrupted. But once we got home and yesterday, Sunday in the team meeting, just talked about how no matter what happens, this or that, you got to respond the right way. And we had some guys respond the right way. We had some guys not respond the right way. And, it's a learning experience for some of the guys. And we got to be more disciplined in those situations that come up. And I thought our coaches did a really good job, during that nil and keeping people off and not instigating anything and really keeping everyone back. And it was just a bad deal. So, but basically the message was more, you got to learn how to respond better, and that, that kind of, behavior won't be tolerated.
So there you go.
I was going to point this out. So since 2023, let's go through. How many penalties did you think Texas State had from the beginning of the GJ Kinne era to now?
I mean, they had a billion that first year.
That first year, they were the most penalized team in the Sun Belt. Year number 2, did it get any better, Jacob?
Maybe hardly.
Hardly. They were 4th. What do you think they are this year?
I would assume we're the number 1.
They are number 4 again this year.
Oh, really?
So,
who the heck is better than us at that?
My point being, they are consistently a very high penalized team. So at some point, and again, when you're winning games, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You can kind of make up for it. But if you're losing games like you're losing this season, and these penalties are costing you games in a lot of ways, and look, missing 6 guys, it's going to hurt this team going forward. They're playing the best team in the West next week in Southern Miss. And then they have 2 other games down the stretch that should be winnable games. But man, I don't know if they are anymore. So you're looking at a team that shot themselves in the foot and are going to pay for it at the end of the year. They're going to pay for this type of mistake and not being buttoned up and not having composure. And you would expect more in year 3.
Yeah, this was one of my friends from the station. He's just from Louisiana. He's a real Cajun. The coaches, Jacob, they took care of it. But he was like, Jacob, what the heck was that? And I was like, that, my friend, was a bad team somehow reaching a new low. What the heck are we talking about? And there was a bunch of guys online that were like, wow, I can't believe you're just supposed to bend over and take it? How many of you guys have actually ever been in a street fight? Nobody loses or nobody wins in a street fight. It's terrible. And also, we're talking about guys who are on full ride athletic scholarships to play football. A lot of these guys, and you can tell by some of the recruiting pictures and the videos, they come from nice homes, happy families. You're not like that. This is my Eminem 8 Mile moment.
But I know something about you. You went to Cranbrook. That's a private school. What's the matter, dog? You embarrassed? This guy's a gangster. His real name's Clarence. And Clarence lives at home with both parents. And Clarence's parents have a real good marriage. This guy don't want to battle. He's shook because ain't no such things as halfway crooks.
You're not
like that.
Yeah.
Never been like that. Stop acting like that. It's a terrible look all around. And I get it at a certain point, right? If you're a man, somebody else steps to you, you got to do something, right? But if you suck, if your team is terrible, what are we doing? This is no longer a point of pride or self-defense. This is basically an excuse to act out.
100%. It's embarrassing, man. You got to lock it down. And it's another tough one because but without the fight, there's still so much to complain about.
There's so much.
There's so much. Dexter McCoy had another masterclass of ass on defense. And it's just, I went through it, though, and I was like, it's not just him. I'm sick and tired of just having him be the scapegoat for this. I don't feel like it's right. There are 2 other defensive coaches on that staff who are doing just as poor of a job. So it should be an entire group effort. The entire defensive staff needs to get their act together. It's not just Dexter McCoy. I don't like the insinuation that GJ Kinne won't make the right decision because they're friends. I don't like that idea that, Kinne's not going to. And the other part is, We knew that this defense wasn't going to be good because we looked and we saw there's not a lot of talent on this defense. It's not like they went out and they got a bunch of top recruited players or top transfer players on the defensive side of the ball. That just isn't the case.
We were actually told, Andrew, by an unnamed source, hey, if you guys couldn't tell, we couldn't get the guys that we wanted. Oh, really? That's news to me, brother. I couldn't tell.
The defense actually might be worse this year. Look, so, and again, it's not just a Zimmel zag. I genuinely am saying this. You can't turn 2-star, 1-star guys into 4-star, 5-star guys. You just can't do it. So I can't be upset at Dexter McCoyle for having guys out there who don't need to be on an FBS field in some of these situations. I just don't think that they're guys. So am I mad at him for that? No. Am I mad at him for the recruiting and the inability to coach a defense that is a semblance of a stop? Yeah, I am upset about that. I'll be honest. I'm a little upset that we can't get a stop ever.
Going back to the police
I can't be mad at that. Yeah.
Going back to the police report too, there was just a lot of rumors and stuff online from both sides. There was this guy saying that there was going to be mugshots posted of all these players and stuff eventually. And so I just went straight to the source and was like, are any criminal or, charges pending? Do you guys have anything about this thing? Normally, if a university police department or a local police department, sheriff's office handles whatever, constable's office, there would be like a cover sheet or an incident report. There was nothing of the sort. So yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to get down to the bottom of what happened. Even if they could have told me, like, this is what we think happened. This player did this player did that. Maybe I'll get that from the Sun Belt at a certain point in time. But not likely, honestly.
Unlikely. Let's talk, because I just got a text and I'm going to have to go back to the office here pretty soon. Let's just talk real quickly about soccer. Because soccer, we are a soccer school. We've been a soccer school. I have been on this beat for a minute now, Jacob.
We went to an exhibition game.
We went to the exhibition. It was cold as hell. It was in April.
Yeah, it was April. Yeah,
it was April. It was so cold. And we were there for it. And look, square round curse, maybe, for football team. Square round blessing for the soccer team. We didn't talk about those girls at all.
The same thing that happened when the girls, the softball team won the Sun Belt title. We didn't talk to them really that whole season.
At all. And they won the whole thing. So maybe,
Coach Woodard actually banned me from games that year.
We are the problem. It could be the case. Could be the case that we're the issue. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah. So shout out soccer. They're going to play Waco on Friday, and they'll also play on Saturday, but that's a team yet to be determined. So
they're playing in Waco, or are they playing Baylor?
They're playing Baylor in Waco on Friday.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't know a ton about Big 12 soccer, Jacob. I do know that Baylor has had a pretty
Baylor
good program.
is ranked like 20 something right now. But let me tell you something about these Texas State Bobcats, Andrew. They got heart.
It doesn't matter.
They also have. They got our guy Holman.
Good coach. Great coaching.
Fantastic.
I put that tweet out there. It's like, it's been a decade of program building. And I was like, actually, it's only been like 3 years for him, but he's done a good job.
I saw your tweet and I was like, what are you talking about?
Guy
who's never watched women's soccer. Guy who wanted to leave that exhibition game before the half.
So cold. It was so cold.
They beat the hell out of St. Mary's, by the way, everybody.
Oh, it was so cold. I hated that game. No, but he's had like 3 years.
But your doppelganger from the University Star, Aiden. He covers that team very well. So I've been keeping on top of his stuff.
White on rice. By the way, speaking of University Star, F the opinion section again. Just absolutely awful opinion section. They just tear it down, bro. Get rid of them. You're the faculty advisor now.
I'm not the faculty advisor. I'm on the advisory committee. That's different.
Fix it.
What am I gonna do?
I don't know. Something.
I don't think it was bad. It said that our team was undisciplined, which is what we really did a whole segment on it.
Yeah, but I could say that. They don't know shit.
You got to start somewhere.
I've done 10 years of undisciplined football. What do they know?
The fight kind of eclipsed, to their point and the point of the article, the fight eclipsed soccer's greatness.
Yes, it did. Speaking of, we could have started the show with soccer and we went right in on football. So
I mean, who butters our biscuits? This is a Dave Campbell's Republic of Football podcast, college football podcast show.
But also, let's be honest, if we started with soccer, none of you would watch.
Yeah. And you know how I know that? Check out our views for the last women's basketball thing that we did Huh?
Awful, bro.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right.
Team. And Andrew, the benefit to recording this late in the week is that we truly can talk about every sport now because
I'm so
basketball actually whooped that A last night.
against UTSA. Again, I apologize. I'm so sorry to our producer and video editor, Jacob Rodriguez. This is totally my fault. I apologize. Yeah, but speaking about smoking that bird pack, how you like that? We're not birds on a wire. We're birds in a pack, bitch. We got them. I love it. I couldn't believe that we beat them that bad. But then again, I could believe it. UTSA men's basketball sucks. So here we are. I love it.
They're not good at all. And the propaganda machine that is San Antonio, like news coverage, like you expect this team to like finish in the top like five at least in the ACC or the American, excuse me.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. So here,
So
looking at their schedule, right? They play Texas Southern, Abilene Christian, Little Rock, Texas Lutheran, Seattle, Leahy, and or Santa Barbara. They're doing like the Resorts World Classic, Rice, Southern University. I expect these guys to just blank all these teams. And you should too, frankly. There's too much talent on this team. And all the other teams, what are we talking about? We're playing a bunch of schools that don't really matter.
what are you talking? You talking about UTSA?
No, I'm talking about Texas State.
Yeah, because I was looking at this. Hold on. I was looking at this the other day because it threw me for a little bit of a loop here that they have a game. I think they have a game against a school in Milwaukee coming
Really?
up. I'm pretty sure. Let me pull up the schedule again because it threw me for a loop. I was like, wait a second. Is this on the schedule? Maybe not. Maybe I'm off. I thought that they were playing a team.
Are you talking about the women's team, maybe?
Maybe I'm talking about the women's team. No, I don't think so. I think I'm talking about University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee. Anyway, it threw me off because I saw it slip through the cracks today that it was like Texas State. I was like, are they playing us? Like, what's going on here? That's how well I know our men's basketball schedule like the back of my hand. We don't play them. We don't play them. Just I guess that they have it screwed up on our side of things. I don't know. They're
Or the
calling
women's team
Texas
either.
State.
I just looked up both schedules. Yeah. Nothing.
No, so to me, this says that there's sabotage occurring in my office. That they have it on there that they're playing Texas State. I don't think that they are. I
Unless
gotta go
it's
check.
TSU. Yeah, people always do that, TSU, and then they're like, "Oh, we're playing Texas State." It's like, no, you're not.
Nah,
You're playing a very different school.
very different school. School a couple 100 miles away. Yeah, no, that always throws people for a loop. I hate that the Cajuns were using, and this is a really Jacob Rodriguez logic here. Jacob calls them Louisiana Lafayette. They want
They
to be called
are.
Louisiana.
The charter of their university still calls them University of Louisiana Lafayette.
They were putting like little T, big S. Like I was like, what's going on here? It's like TSU, but like the T was small. Like when they were talking about Texas State, it's throwing me for a loop. I was like, what's going on here? What's happening? I don't know. Weird. Just weird
Did
stuff.
we do enough actual football coverage?
I mean, what more do you want to hear from us? You want to hear Brad Jackson was good? He was good. You want to hear Lincoln Perry was fine? He was fine. Offensive line played pretty well in the second half. And look, the defense is what the defense is. Bad. The real question is, if they did jujitsu, do you think we would have won, Jacob? Versus just swinging helmets.
If we did jujitsu, no, I don't think those guys would win. They're untrained. Everybody's untrained on that team. It looked horrible, by the way. Horrible fight. Bad
Really?
look
You
for
went
the
back and
squad.
watched?
Yeah, I've watched it several times. Shout out to Kev and Zach for being out there so we could actually have some eyewitness testimony instead of just people talking out of their A.
Can I zag?
Yeah.
No World Star?
I
Nobody was
actually,
yelling,
you know
nobody
what?
was yelling World Star?
Let me zag. Maybe we shouldn't have had anybody out there, so this whole thing could just be like mythological. You remember when there was like no cameras at games and no like live feeds of anything, you know? Imagine if we still lived in that world.
It was just hearsay. It's like, I heard that Jacob Rodriguez, 2 towns over, threw for 6 touchdowns. Like, oh shit, 6 touchdowns. Wow. Heard he could run faster than Cheetah. Whoa, that guy's fast.
All
Like,
right.
okay, cool. Pulls a
So-
truck with his teeth.
Southern Miss is a 4.5 point favorite, basically.
Should be more. Should be more.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something that happened to me in the office that I still get clowned about when it comes to Texas State?
What's wrong?
That Tuesday game, we were a 7-point dog at home. And I was like, all right, that's embarrassing. We should not be a 7-point dog at home. We haven't closed out some games. Like, it should be like 3.5. You know, people still come up to me and say, 3.5, huh? Should have been 3.5-point spread. So Texas State should be a like 15-point spread against Southern Miss.
I told you since the dawn of time we were going to lose that game against JMU. But as soon as they scheduled it, I was like, schedule an L.
Yeah.
And Bob Chesney's hot. Which is what I was chanting in the crowd. I
don't hate it. Don't hate it.
We were right behind a bunch of JMU people, though, so it was made it fun. Shout out JMU. I wish they were coming with us to the Pac-12, but that would make even less sense than us going.
So 4.5 points. You think they cover that? I don't.
Nope. I got zero faith in this team. Well, looks like we can get our hotel room back from Dallas, and might as well. We're scheduling a Pensacola trip, baby.
God damn it. We're going to Florida.
We're going to Florida. This team is going to put the nail in our coffin. We are not going to go bowling this year.
Are there direct flights to Pensacola?
No, I think we'd have to connect, I'm sure. I mean, the way you fly on Spirit Airlines and budget travel, maybe there would be a direct flight, but I know you try to save a buck or two.
There's no Southwest direct flights to Pensacola. No shot.
I'm not flying Southwest. I hate Southwest.
Really?
I hate Southwest, dude.
Wow.
What is this, egalitarian? I'm not gonna. Oh, you can't even do that, right? Like they have.
No, they got rid of it now.
Thank God. Yeah. That was the worst thing ever.
Really? You hated the pick a seat?
Hated it. Yeah, I'd rather pay an extra $50 to $100 and fly Delta or American.
Crazy. It's not United? The difference. The difference is not that big to me. Like between Southwest and like American, it's not. I was like, I'll save some bucks.
Between Frontier or Spirit and Southwest is not that big to me either.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
Like the bottom thing, American Airlines. I got a Diet Coke spilled on me on my way back from New York on American, and I was like, this is the worst thing ever.
If that's the worst thing ever, brother, like you're fine.
Well, I was watching Entourage, and they only had 3 episodes of Entourage, so I was pissed.
Yeah, dude, you are so spoiled. That's crazy.
What are you gonna spoil? Shout out American Express. That was points, baby.
I would rather drive than anything else. I would rather drive to Pensacola.
Oh my God, no, dude. What the hell?
How much fun would that be? A little road trip?
It'd be awful.
That would be great. Fly to San Antonio, get a rental car, and then drive to Pensacola.
Well, I remember when me and my parents drove to Florida. There was some touch and go moments in Alabama, Louisiana. Granted, we were driving at like night half the time. Well, it was just like, little brown family moving across the state.
You'd have me. We'd be fine.
Yeah, I guess so.
It'd be great.
Poncho and Lefty.
It'd be great. I think it's a great time. Nobody wants to
drive.
Where
would we do this? We would go from Milwaukee to Florida?
No, I would fly to San Antonio and then take 10 across.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long would that take us?
Like a day.
If you want to come on the Squarin' Around Pensacola trip.
Road trip.
Sayonara to the Sun Belt Squarin' Around. I need another S, but you know where I was going with that.
Yeah. Sign up. Colton McWilliams. Colton McWilliams, you and me.
That'd be sick.
On the road again.
Caleb Young.
Caleb? Oh, dude. Caleb, Colton, Jacob, and Zimmy. Little road trip.
Biggest podcast to show up ever in Pensacola.
Jacob, I tell you right now, Caleb would hate that. Caleb would have an awful time. He would not want to ride with us.
I think it would be really fun, actually. Now that you're okay, we might have to do this now.
I talked you into it, right?
The whole time, just cranking out pod after pod after pod.
Live stream the whole time. Straight on Instagram.
Straight on Instagram. Blocked by all of the team's accounts immediately.
Hour 3, we're arguing about what if zone defense is actually communist. Like, I'm telling you, I think it'd be a great time.
Live interviews with DCs across the country.
Yeah, great time. Who says no?
This is a pitch that I had and that I've been shut down for 3 years for Texas State. I've always wanted to talk to a coach in the middle of a recruiting trip. Like, talk to us from the road, like, zoom in from wherever you are and tell us about, like, what you're trying to get in Saskatchewan or whatever the hell you're at.
Hmm.
You know?
That's only happened
Don't tell us about
once.
the kid or anything because, they get a little particular. But, frame, athleticism, leadership, which I feel like is something that we need to recruit now.
Culture.
Culture. Can we rent culture? We were renting culture now. Now we're having to build it. Sucks.
So I can tell you the only time that's ever happened to me is Danny Casper called us when he was driving to recruit somebody. Turned out it was Mason Harrell in Oklahoma. He called us in for Bobcat Radio on KTSW. That's the closest we've ever come to that, I think, having a coach talk to us during a recruiting cycle. That also was like a decade ago now. So things have changed a lot since then. So I don't know. Maybe I would love to do that. It'd be so much fun to talk to a coach, even if it was an assistant coach. I'd love it.
Don't these guys like listen to like Mel Robbins or like any of these like viral therapists, like the let them theory? Like, if somebody wants you or wants to be a part of your program, they're gonna be with you. And if they don't, then you just gotta kick the bricks, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Why is everybody being so guarded? And also, a Texas State podcast, right? We've proven our loyalty for 3 years in a row. We're
I
still
think so.
covering these teams,
These blank teams.
these blank teams. Yeah. And I just think sometimes it's like insulting because these guys are like, "Oh, okay, don't come to practice, don't come. We don't know what we don't know what we got, blah blah blah." It's like, what vested interest do I have in you all being bad? You know?
That's very true. Like I remember somebody told me one time that they were like, the podcast is better when the teams are bad. I was like, I don't think it is. I think it's a much worse. I think it's a much better podcast when things are going well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely harder. I mean, this year for sure I've lost money on this podcast. Not because my bets haven't hit. It's because there's less and less opportunities for me to freelance when these guys suck. It's like,
That's a wild way to frame it. I've
it's
lost
true.
money on this team. That guy, no, you're not wrong. Like
A&M has actually made me a ton more money though, because these guys are, boosted up my editor's fee for their show, and then
yeah,
A&M 9-0 right now.
yeah. And I bet they're getting more streams. And I guarantee you that if you talk to Kev or Colton or anybody else who's in the Texas State media sphere, I bet you things are better when they're good. Same with Maroon Golden, the forum page. I bet you subscriptions are up when we're good versus like when we're not. So we all have a vested interest. It's very interesting that you put it that way. Very, very big vested interest in this team doing well. Arguably, the person who has the least to gain from them being bad is me. I'm doing a podcast about a bad team. I'm taking time out of my day to do a podcast about a bad team. Like that.
Not
doesn't
just
make
one
any
day,
sense.
Andy, 2 days.
2 days. I mean, like, what are we doing? Now,
Yeah.
granted, Jacob is an actual journalist and he's doing actual journalism things, and I'm just kind of hanging out, but still, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I
Yeah.
think that's
I don't know. It's true. Like, I've definitely lost money. This is probably the worst year financially. Well, besides the home field deal and other things that we got cooked. Thank God I have like a lot of irons in the fire to make me and Andrew money on this
thank
show.
God for home field.
Thank God for home field. That was the biggest thing that happened for us this year. Yeah, that
The
honestly
only-
might be like the win that gets us over the finish line over here.
For this podcast, for sure. And when we,
But last year
because normally,
I wrote like 4 or 5 articles last year.
normally what we do is that we do the post bowl podcast, and we're like, all right, do you want to do this? It's almost like we re-up. It's like, do we want to do this again next year? Yeah, let's take our 2-week break and we'll do it again next year. And now with no bowl game, it's going to be like, all right,
Yeah,
when's that home field check?
Wow, that's crazy. I've never even thought about that. That's crazy. Yeah, well, last year we did it all the way through January too, which felt even longer. Like last season felt like forever. I hate that. Cut all the bowl games off New Year's Eve. Let's break this thing off, dude. I had to take PTO into the new year. You know how annoying that is? When you just had a break. Like, I took a week off to be in the valley with my family, and then I come back to work. Oh, hey, by the way, I gotta take a day off. They almost see Texas State lose to North Texas, by the way. That game was pretty close for a while until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Until North Texas just gave up at the end because they were playing fourth and fifth string guys. This is
Yeah,
what we
it's
deal with.
tough.
Can I at least talk to a fucking player from Texas State? It's ridiculous. But no, they don't want to talk to us.
Can we bring Jordan McLeod on? What's he doing?
Not much, I'm sure.
You hit him up. Talk about Ray Ray. That guy's incredible.
Just get Ray Ray on. Yo, FaceTime your brother.
Lindsey Scott Jr. Is a Texas Tech, I think, quarterback analyst now. So he's posting pictures from game day. I was like, interesting.
It's
I don't
like-
know, man. How
It's like
far have
we've
we
stayed
fallen?
in high school and everybody's moved on to college. But
Is
then
that
they
how it-
come-
is
but
that
then
what
they
it's like?
come back, for like Christmas break and they're all at Chili's doing karaoke and you're just like, "Damn, where did my life go?"
How's that 9 to 5 job working, Jake? It's like, you know what? It's working pretty good. I'm an apprentice at the local diesel mechanic place.
I just got my membership card from the local union.
Yeah,
Things are looking up.
yeah. It's not that bad.
You
Yeah,
ever been
should I-
home? You ever been home during like Christmas break, like college? Like I went
Yeah.
to the saddest place in America, Applebee's in McAllen, Texas. And it's just like a high school reunion for like people who couldn't drink yet because this was like my sophomore year. I wasn't 21 yet. So we were at Applebee's like drinking but not drinking, mostly eating appetizers, and then just listening to like divorcees sing karaoke. And I was like, this is the worst place in the universe right now. And tomorrow's Christmas.
I raise you junior year. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. Pandemic year, Thanksgiving, Bandera, Texas. Thanksgiving in Bandera, Texas, when everybody can drink. Holy cow. Those bars were packed. What is social distancing? What is COVID-19? What is national pandemic? None of that mattered. It was very depressing. And
Oh, yo,
because
did you end up going to your high school reunion?
it's happening in I think we had to move it to the fall now, which is stupid. I'm so upset about this, but whatever. But it's supposed to be Memorial Day of 2026.
No, I ended up not going to mine. I'll see y'all in 10 years. Winners say see you guys in 10. Hold it down.
See, the problem is that like I think you said this that I see who I want to see. Like a high school reunion, I don't really need to do that. I know who I want to see and when I want to see them. Like,
The people that I still keep in contact with in high school, like I talk to them every week. So it's like, what else do I do? I just go home, go to Applebee's coming up in Christmas, and I see the rest of them.
hey, do I know you from somewhere? Squaring around? No. Memorial High, 2016.
Oh, this is what I was going
Jacob.
to talk about. Speaking of curses, remember I was talking about curses yesterday?
Yeah.
The
Blind
trifecta.
sounder.
You ever heard about that?
No.
The trifecta is when you do the tailgate and or the game. Sometimes depending on the kickoff time, you can do both. Then you go to Worst Fest. Then you come back to the square because Worst Fest ends at midnight. So you have like 2 hours to get back to the square and get a couple drinks in.
All right, hold on.
The trifecta.
I see a big flaw in this plan. And it deals with drinking and driving. Like
Who said you're drinking and driving? You could take Uber to and
you're
from.
Ubering to New Braunfels and back.
Now there's a Fetty deal. Lincoln Perry can get you like 10% off if you use code
Oh.
Perry or something.
10% off my $120 Uber ride to
Hey,
Worst Fest.
It's $120 split amongst like 4 people. You and I just did that math too. Like
All right.
we do.
Yeah, but we're adults, dude. We are adults. We have
The line between us right now and us in college is.
I don't think so.
big.
I do not. I strongly disagree. I think we are so much more responsible now than we were then. And we were, I would say of college students, we were in the top 15% of responsible college students.
Wow.
We are. Yeah, for sure. We got up, we went to class, we had like other jobs and we did other things. I put a podcast out every single day, bro. Like it takes a little bit of like discipline for that, right? So of college students, we were like in the top 15%. Now, a college student, if they came to me, college Zimmel came to me and was like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'd be like, get your life together. Like, what are you doing? Lock
You're doing
in.
podcasts every day.
Yeah. Like every day. Good luck.
If college Jacob came up to me, I would be like, you gotta put down the bottle. Put down the bottle and start running every single day.
Pick
Everything
up the
else will
pen.
fall into place.
Put down the bottle. Pick up the pen. Get in the studio.
Yeah. The thing was too, like when I was on. So it didn't, like that there was no problem because there was no problem.
And plus, every Drake song, like from, the beginning of time, every word, every song. Tell College Jacob a couple songs. He gets in the OVO sweatshop, starts ghostwriting. Be like, whatever you do not come after Kendrick Lamar. Point blank, period. Leave the man alone. Whole different timeline.
It's crazy. I've ever told you this, but like I think I interacted with Johnny Manziel on the OVO like forums when I was like 13.
12.
Yeah, like because I was on those all the time. and so was he. And so there was like a micro interaction between me and Johnny Manziel.
You might have a class action lawsuit on your hands.
Johnny Manziel, watch out. We're coming after you.
They're still looking for some of the people that were on that forum. That's crazy.
Shout out OVO.
Boo.
Now it's over too. It's November. Now-vember, yeah. Zim.
Now-vember. It's time for men's basketball. We're here. We beat UTSA. We're here. This is great.
This is actually the best thing that could have happened, I think. Oh, I didn't even read the tweet. The best tweet of this weekend was as we were losing to the Raging Cajuns. Andrew's on the phone with me. He's getting like a little nostalgic. I had just come home.
Oh yeah.
I had a couple of drinkies in, and he was like, Jacob, we're gonna get to a point in time where like we can't do this anymore. Like we're married, we have kids, and I go, we're getting married?
Yeah. Shout out Jacob for absolutely getting the real meat and potatoes of my heartfelt message.
Well, what do you mean? You're a sports guy. Aren't you always going to do this stuff?
Yeah, but I'm not going to be on. Let me tell you.
If you don't do this stuff, you're unemployed.
Let me tell you. The minute that I find a woman to love me, Texas State's taking a long, long walk off a short pier. Boko, good luck, buddy. You're out.
That's a clip right there.
I will so easily cut this out of my life if I find a woman that loves me. Until then, this is what I have. So this is what we do. Like, what are we talking about?
You have that. I have the Drake Forum. Other than that, we have this podcast, I guess.
Nothing.
Lovely viewers.
So we have nothing. We have zero. That's it. It's over. No bowl game, so there's no bowl game, so it's just Jacob and I rolling straight from this season into next season. There's no break. We got people emailing us. Please talk sports. Please
take your sports mandated 2-week break.
Please. No. You talked about the Drake Forum for 25 straight minutes last week.
What else is there for me to talk about? What can I talk about? Brad Jackson being really good. He actually does match up very well with the quarterback on the other side. The other dude's thrown
quick hands.
100 yards.
Throw hands, bro. Bob and weave.
You're telling Brad Jackson to bob and weave?
Swing the helmet.
Oh wow, Lincoln Perry actually looks like amazing compared to their running back too.
Yeah, it's running back by committee. You were right though. You said like, "Hey, we're not going to have a 1,000-yard rusher," and it's not looking like it.
Especially these guys send us to an early grave.
No kidding.
So they asked this hard question in San Antonio, like, "What are you guys still playing for?" Basically, the guy couldn't answer the question. If you ask this team, "What are you guys still playing for?" What is that?
The welterweight belt. That's what they're playing for.
I don't even think they won that fight, by the way. We lost the game and lost the fight. And then we lost every Twitter argument. How does that help?
The trifecta. The trifecta. Lose the game, lose the fight on the field, lose the Twitter fights after the game.
And then your wife's mad at you because you've been yelling at multiple screens. And she's
Not
like,
me.
we have to go to brunch tomorrow with my mom. What's wrong with you?
Not me. I have a wife. That game isn't even on the TV.
I have a wife.
I have a wife.
I have a wife.
No more football.
No more football. I have a wife.
I have a wife. I'm telling you, it's true. The worst thing to have, Kelly Dampus, you better hope I never find a woman that loves me. You better hope I never find a woman that loves me, because then it's over.
Do you know those like cute like we met at Texas State Valentine's Day posts that they always do? Not for me and Andrew.
Not for us. No wife. No
No,
wife.
I
just
have
football.
no wife. No
I
get
have
on the TV. All right, I'm sorry, everybody. Thanks for squaring. Chin up.
Hey, take it right here.
Hey.
Right here on the chin. Take it right here on the chin. Right here on the chin.
I ain't hear no bell.
Oh, man, we're going to get our asses kicked this week.
Keep your head
Go
up, King.
Go
Your crown's
soccer.
falling.
Go soccer. No wife. No wife.
We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges.
Better not come any closer.
Thanks for listening. New episodes out every Thursday. Follow the boys on Twitter. Eat 'em up. Eat 'em up.